Comfort is a silent thief. It sneaks in quietly, convincing you that you've done enough, that you've reached a place where things are good enough, safe enough. It whispers that you deserve to rest, to relax, to stop pushing so hard. And while rest is necessary, comfort, unchallenged, becomes a cage. You see, comfort doesn't demand anything from you. It doesn't require effort, doesn't ask you to dig deeper or reach higher. It's warm, it's familiar, and it's easy. But that's exactly the problem. Growth doesn't live in that space. Growth thrives in discomfort, in those moments when your muscles ache, your mind doubts, and your spirit wavers. Think about it. The body only gets stronger when the muscles are pushed past their limit. You don't build endurance by jogging at a casual pace. You build it by sprinting when your legs are burning, by pushing forward when your lungs are begging for air. The mind works the same way. You don't become wiser by staying in conversations where everyone agrees with you. You grow by being challenged, by engaging with ideas that stretch your thinking. People often avoid discomfort because it feels like struggle, and struggle feels like failure. But that's not true. Struggle is proof that you're working. Struggle is evidence that you're in the right place, on the right path. When you start to feel that burn, when you start to question if you're good enough, strong enough, smart enough, that's not a sign to back down. That's a sign that you're on the brink of something greater. The most successful people in the world, those who achieve real, lasting greatness, are the ones who make peace with discomfort. They wake up early when their body craves sleep. They study longer when their mind begs for a break. They keep showing up even when doubt is louder than confidence. They know that every ounce of pain, every moment of uncertainty is shaping them into something better than they were before. Comfort may feel good in the moment, but it costs you in the long run. It costs you growth. It costs you potential. It costs you the person you could become. Because comfort tells you this is enough. But growth whispers, you can do more. Motivation is powerful, no doubt about it. It's that spark, that surge of energy that gets you fired up. It's the feeling you get when you watch an inspiring video, hear a powerful speech, or imagine your goals coming true. Motivation can make you feel unstoppable in that moment. But here's the hard truth: motivation doesn't last. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls like a wave. One day, you're ready to conquer the world. The next, you're tired, discouraged, or distracted. That's because motivation depends on how you feel, and feelings are unreliable. They change with the weather, with your mood, with your circumstances. That's where discipline steps in. Discipline isn't about feelings, it's about commitment. It's about showing up when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when the excitement is gone and all that's left is hard work. Discipline is steady, consistent, and dependable. It doesn't ask if you're in the mood. It says, get up, get it done. Think about the greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, or the most impactful leaders. They didn't get where they are because they woke up motivated every day. They got there because they built habits, disciplined routines that kept them moving forward even when they didn't feel like it. They trained their mind to push past the excuses, past the comfort, past the temptation to quit. Discipline is waking up early to work out when your body begs to stay in bed. Discipline is sitting down to study when your friends are out having fun. Discipline is choosing to practice your craft long after the excitement of starting something new has faded. The beauty of discipline is that it builds momentum. The more you stick to your routines, the less you have to rely on willpower. Over time, discipline becomes automatic, a part of who you are. It turns effort into habit, and habit into results. Motivation is what gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. Motivation is that flash of lightning, powerful but brief. Discipline is the steady flame that keeps burning, even in the darkest moments. If you rely only on motivation, you'll move when you feel like it, and you'll stop when you don't. But when you build discipline, you won't wait for inspiration. You won't need a perfect mood or the right energy. You'll move because that's what you do. And that's where growth lives. in that relentless commitment to keep going, even when the fire inside you feels like nothing more than a flicker. Failure. It's a word that makes most people uneasy. It's uncomfortable, embarrassing, and sometimes painful. But here's the truth. Failure is not your enemy. In fact, failure is one of the greatest teachers you'll ever have. You see, every time you fail, you're learning something valuable. Failure shows you what doesn't work. It reveals your blind spots, exposes your weaknesses, and forces you to confront what needs to change. And that's powerful, because the person who learns from their failure becomes wiser, stronger, and better prepared than the person who never tried at all. Think about a child learning to walk. They stumble, they fall, they get back up over and over again. They don't stop and say, well, I guess walking isn't for me. No. They fall, they adjust, and they try again. And eventually, they master it. That's failing forward. The same rule applies to life. Whether you're building a business, chasing a dream, or improving yourself, failure is part of the process. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who avoided failure. They're the ones who failed the most and refused to stop. They tried, they stumbled, they adjusted, and they tried again. You have to stop being afraid of falling, because the truth is, failure is inevitable. If you're pushing yourself, if you're stretching beyond your comfort zone, you will fall short sometimes. That's not a sign you're losing. It's proof that you're in the arena putting in the work. But the key is this: don't just fail, fail forward. Don't let your mistakes break you, let them build you. When you fail, pause, don't panic. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What did this teach me? How can I be better because of this? The difference between those who succeed and those who quit isn't talent or luck, it's their response to failure. Successful people keep moving forward. They understand that every failure is part of their foundation. Every wrong turn sharpens their instincts. Every rejection builds their resilience. So fail, and fail often, because each failure carries a lesson. Each lesson sharpens your skill. Each step forward, no matter how shaky, is a step closer to the person you're meant to become. Don't run from failure. Embrace it. Let it shape you, strengthen you, and sharpen you. Because every failure is simply proof that you're still in the fight. And as long as you're still in the fight, you're still in the game. Purpose is powerful. It's the reason you keep going when everything in you wants to quit. It's the fire inside you that refuses to burn out, no matter how cold the world feels. Purpose is what separates those who give up from those who push through. Without purpose, your journey feels empty. Without purpose, the grind feels pointless. You wake up, you go through the motions, and you wonder why you're even doing it. But when you have purpose, when you know why you're fighting, suddenly the struggle makes sense. The hard days don't break you, they build you. Purpose gives pain a reason. When your body is tired, when your mind is exhausted, when you've hit setback after setback, purpose reminds you why you started in the first place. It's that voice in your head that says, I'm not done yet. Think about the people who've achieved greatness, the athletes who push their bodies past exhaustion, the leaders who refuse to quit after rejection, the dreamers who keep building after countless failures. What kept them going wasn't luck or talent alone, it was purpose. They knew what they were fighting for, and that purpose gave them the strength to persist. Purpose is personal. It's not just about achieving something, it's about becoming something. Maybe your purpose is to break a cycle, to create a better life for your family. Maybe your purpose is to inspire others, to leave a legacy, to prove to yourself that you're stronger than your circumstances. Whatever it is, that purpose is your anchor, the thing that holds you steady when life gets tough. Purpose turns pressure into fuel. When you're clear about your purpose, obstacles stop looking like roadblocks, they start looking like stepping stones. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, How can this make me stronger? But here's the thing. Purpose doesn't just appear. You have to define it. You have to sit with yourself and ask the hard questions. What drives me? What am I willing to sacrifice for? What makes me feel alive? And once you know that, you protect it. You remind yourself of it every single day. Because there will be days when motivation fades, when discipline feels hard, when failure seems constant. And in those moments, your purpose will be the only thing that keeps you moving. Purpose is what makes persistence possible. When you know what you're fighting for, you'll find the strength to get back up, to push a little harder, to hold on a little longer. So find your purpose and hold on to it like your life depends on it. Because when you're driven by purpose, no setback can stop you, no delay can break you, and no failure can define you. Purpose gives you something powerful, a reason to keep going when giving up seems easier. And that reason will carry you further than you ever imagined possible. Sacrifice is the price of greatness. It's the unseen work, the quiet choices, the moments no one claps for. Yet, it's those very sacrifices that separate the ones who dream from the ones who achieve. You can't have success without sacrifice. It's impossible. Every goal you chase, every dream you pursue, demands that you give something up. Time, comfort, energy, sometimes even relationships or opportunities that don't align with your vision. Sacrifice isn't just part of the journey. Sacrifice is waking up earlier than you want to because there's work to be done. It's saying no to nights out because you're busy building something greater. It's staying in the gym long after everyone else has left because you know your goals demand more. But here's what makes sacrifice so powerful. It forces you to make a choice. When you sacrifice, you're saying, this matters to me. You're deciding that what you're chasing is more important than what you're leaving behind. Sacrifice shows your priorities, not in words, but in action. You can't grow without it. Growth demands that you let go of something. Old habits, old routines, old mindsets. You have to release what's comfortable to reach for what's better. And that's hard. Because comfort feels good, it's easy, it's familiar. But comfort never changed anyone's life. Sacrifice does. Look at anyone who's mastered their craft, an athlete, an artist, a leader, a builder. They didn't just put in hours, they gave up comfort for commitment. They sacrificed sleep, social time, and moments of ease to sharpen their skills. They paid the price because they understood something powerful. You can't have both. You can't hold on to comfort and expect to reach your potential. But here's a challenge. Sacrifice doesn't show results right away. You'll wake up early for weeks, for months, and it might feel like nothing's changing. You'll put in the work, say no to distractions, and it may seem like no one's noticing. That's when people start to give up. They think, I'm giving so much, but I don't see the reward. But sacrifice isn't about instant results. It's about long-term impact. Every hour you invest, every moment you push yourself, every distraction you deny, it's adding up. Little by little, you're building something stronger, something sharper. Sacrifice isn't just about what you give up, it's about what you gain. You gain focus, you gain strength, you gain the mindset of someone who doesn't quit when things get hard. Sacrifice shapes you. It sharpens your character and forges your will. So ask yourself, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? Because the truth is, you can't have it all, but you can have what matters most if you're willing to pay the price. And when you embrace that, when you learn to give up what's easy for what's necessary, you won't just achieve your goals. You'll become the kind of person who can handle them when they arrive. That's the power of sacrifice. It's not just what you lose, it's what you become in the process. There's a point in every journey, a point where you feel like you've given everything you have. Your muscles ache, Your mind is tired and your spirit feels worn down. You tell yourself, I can't go any further. This is it.